This is the first recording of my SoL diaries, hopefully documenting the progress I'll make in my goals and projects over the course of 2023. I'm starting in December 2022 just because it worked out that way and I felt ready to start now. I didn't see a point waiting until January. So I have 4 categories: finance, hygiene, which I break into 2 subcategories of my body, which is pretty much exercising and health, diet, I guess, personal activities, and then everything related to the home and my relationship. So for finances, I'd like to set the foundation of becoming somewhat financially independent, or at least having some kind of financial revenue, because I'm pretty much starting at zero. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home wife in a sense, although I help my husband with his business, and I take care of the house, which is work, I consider, but none of that is remunerated for myself. And if anything were to happen to my husband, then I'd like some kind of stability for myself financially. So I'd like to set up that in place. And for me, the most viable option right now to make money is my dog breeding business, which it's not really a business. I'd like to make it into a business. Okay, so you can see on the screen here that I have some goals. So these goals are for my Q1, let's say, which will be December, January, and February. Now, because I'm new to this, I don't really know how much I can accomplish in 3 months, so I just put a bunch of stuff, and I'm just gonna see what I get done. I don't really have any expectations, but I just thought, okay, I'm gonna set myself some goals, and I'll see where I land on them. And so, for example, you can see YouTube videos. I have 3, 6, and 12. So I set myself different result categories, I guess I think of them as. So 3 is kind of the bare minimum I think I could accomplish, which is basically 1 a month, but it doesn't have to be 1 a month. It would just be 3 within that time span. So 3, 6, and 12. We'll see. Instagram posts 3, 6, and 12. I'd like to do more research in different dog breeds and just expand my knowledge. Same with dog kennel clubs and their different accreditations, and they all have different criteria of what they define as a pure breed. So an English bulldog, the criteria for what qualifies as an English bulldog pure breed won't be quite the same from one kennel club to another. So I'd like to just become more familiar with the different requirements and just learn, because I don't breed pure breed dogs. I breed mixed breeds, but I still think it's useful and important to know the differences. I'd like to set up my own website. I do have a Facebook page and an Instagram account for my dog business at the moment, but eventually I'd like a website. So just to start on that. I'd also eventually down the road like to get another dog, because right now all my dogs are related and I can't breed them together. So I don't plan on buying one in the near future, but I'd like to start looking around and seeing what's available, how much they're asking, and where they're coming from, and if I can find other dog breeders or individuals or just whatever, just to see what's out there in the market. And then I have a list of people who expressed future interest in getting a puppy for me. Last time I had a litter, so I should just follow up and see where they're at, just in case I do have a litter in 2023. I'd like to have one in the spring or summer, so just to get an idea of if anyone's interested. And then I'd like to do some more research on DNA testing, because it's becoming a lot more popular, especially in the pure breed world. I'm not sure how I feel about that, so I'd like to do some more research. And then thinking ahead, this isn't for February, but sometime in 2023, I'd like to stud one of my males, and I have no idea what the interest is, or I kind of have an idea of cost just from the stud fees that I've had to pay in the past. So that would be for the whole year, the goals that I have set out there, not just for one quarter. Same with a litter. This would be my female's final litter, and just not quite random the way I chose the numbers, but um, yeah, I don't know how realistic that is. This is my trial planning. Let's say that 2023 is my trial my trial phase of setting goals and expectations for myself. And then eventually, I guess, if I do expand my dog business, I'd have to register as self-employed, and I have no idea how any of that is done. So I would have to look into that. So those are my goals for my business. My second category I call hygiene, which is exercise and diet for the most part, but also some actual literal hygiene. So you can see AM wash and PM wash. Because of, I guess, my depression, even though I've never been formally diagnosed and I take no medication for it, but because I do have these ups and then these extreme lows where I just have no motivation to do anything, even things that usually interest me, I don't have a very good hygiene routine, as embarrassing as that is to say. I do wash my teeth. That's probably the only thing that I've consistently stuck to my whole life. So I'd like to create a routine of washing my face in the morning, and then in the evening at least washing my face and my feet, and then of course showering and stuff like that. But I don't write that down because I don't have a problem with that, thank goodness. But yeah, just then I guess 36 out of the 90 days of Q1, but whatever. I don't think that's very important. And then my hair is that could have been a category of its own, really, but I'll talk about that in a future video. But I'd like to do something every day to my hair, whether it's just reapplying water or detangling it or just putting it up in a hairstyle like this, however messy it is. And then I want to stretch and do my workouts on a fairly regular basis. I would really like to be able to do a deep squat. So I'd like to do at least one deep squat a day to just kind of get my muscles used to that. And then I would like to limit my sugar and my carb consumption. I'm a carnivore, so I eat mainly meat. I don't eat very many vegetables, and however I still do eat quite a bit of sugar and carbs, so I'd like to cut that back. And before anyone says anything, no, my depression is not linked to my diet, because that's going on my whole life, and I've only been carnivore for the past 2 years or something like that, and actually I've improved a lot since then. Okay, my third category is what I call personal. So these activities I'd like to do plus writing. So I am writing a story with a friend, so these 4 goals are related to that. And then I like to practice my typing, so I have goals related to my typing speed and my best typing speed goal. And then I do breath holding exercises. I could talk about this in another video, but increasing my lung capacity and improving the way I breathe has been a big goal of mine for quite a number of years now. So I do breath holding exercises, so I have goals for the average length and the best time. I'd like to get back into my writing with my left hand, so I'm right-handed, but I'd like to be ambidextrous, or at least just competent in writing with my left hand. So I'd like to get back in the practice of that. I'd like to read more, because I used to be quite a big reader, but kind of fallen out of that. So I'd like to read a few more books. I have a pen pal, so I'd like to write letters to my pen pal in France. And then I have a very good friend that I like to Skype with semi-regularly, because she's quite busy. So yeah, and then these video journal entries are these I'd like to document a bit better what I'm doing, because I think it'd be nice to, if I can actually get somewhere in my life, it'd be nice to look back and see this journey documented. And then for my home category, which is relationship and household, I don't really have specific goals. I guess I have my weekly cleaning and then my monthly cleaning, and then my husband and I would really like to, because we're renting right now and where we are is not very stable, so we'd like to find a place to buy, which has been difficult because of the inflated prices since the pandemic, but we are making progress with our savings. So now we're just keeping an eye on properties. So every day I'd like to just check in, see what's new, what's been put up in the market, see what's sold, what's been taken down, etc. And then I didn't write this down here, but every day, my work day, let's say, finishes at 4 p.m. That's when my husband and I have dinner, and then we usually watch a couple shows together, hang out, and then afterwards I kind of do whatever I want, which is what I'd like to do most of my activities, but I don't plan that in because I don't know how long that evening time will take. So I don't schedule that for myself. Sometimes we end up watching shows until 9 p.m. and then I'll either read or go right to bed. We were in a pretty bad car accident 3 years ago, and my husband is still suffering from his concussion. So he used to be a really big reader. We didn't even used to have a TV. We would just read after dinner until like 9 or 10 p.m. But because since his concussion, he hasn't been able to do that. He hasn't been able to focus on his reading. His neck will hurt if he reads for too long. So unfortunately, we've kind of switched over to watching TV shows, which we're not too thrilled about, but at least it's something to do. So in the evening, we either do that, or every now and then we'll have some drinks and stay up and listen to music and talk. So I try and get everything done that's important, that's the priority, before 4 p.m. And then after that, every day, I just go with the flow and see what I have time to do, what I feel like doing. Yeah, so that kind of falls into the home category because my priority after 4 p.m. is spending time with my husband. So those are my goals, and then how I'm breaking it down. I have to hold the camera now, so I hope it won't be too wobbly. But this is how I'm currently planning to track the progress of my goals. So you can see here the colors are coordinated with the colors of my goals, which you can see here: blue, green, pink, and purple. And whenever I get something done, I just color it in for the day. So yesterday was Monday. I did pretty good, even though I actually didn't start until quite late. But I just color it in, and then I decided that I was just going to write a little note of what exactly I did. So, 5-minute stretches, 10-minute workout. I finished trimming my hair, like stuff like that, just so I guess, when I look back, I can see what I did. Ideally, if I'm in a phase where I'm feeling good and I have motivation and energy, I want to get a little bit of something done for each category. But if it's a period of time where I'm struggling and I don't feel motivated, the only thing, like, if I can only do the highlighted ones, I will consider that a successful day and I won't worry about anything else. These right now, I really want to focus the most on my hygiene, my working out, washing my face, doing my hair, and walking the dogs. And that one is actually a difficult one for me because I have 4 dogs and I can't really walk them all together. So I do them more or less all individually. So that can take a while. So if I can do that in a day where I'm not feeling good, I'm happy. I'm going to be happy with myself. I'm going to tell myself I did a good job. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know how I'm going to do these journal entries. I'm just going to do it as I feel. I'm just going to go with the flow and we'll see what happens. And over time, I can probably maybe make a little more sense and be a little more coherent and not ramble on as much. But there you go. I think I'll end my intro here.